Okay, now we will start with opening the Linux server. The existing folder is already created in our previous video, so let's change directory to that. Enter. Now let's verify the working directory. Where are we? Okay, ls. So we have two files, readme and sample.txt. Okay, currently Git status helps us to understand the current state of our repository. It shows whether we have modified files, untracked files or changes ready to be committed. So let's modify the existing file. Open the file which we have created in part 1. Let's vi sample.txt. Okay. Let's add one line. Welcome to Git and GitHub part 2. Okay. To save this file, :wq, enter. Now let's verify Git status. Enter. As we discussed in our previous video, we have working area, staging area and local repository. Now the file has been in working area. Okay, so let's learn about git diff. What is git diff? Enter. Okay, so this is basically shows like exactly what changes we made to our file compared with the previous committed version. So you can see this line which is in green has clearly telling us that this line has been added as a plus. So this is an important new command to check whether what has been added into our existing file. Okay, now let's add it. Git add sample.txt and let's verify the status. It has been moved to staging area. Okay. Now we will see another option in the same git diff -- staged. Enter. So git diff staged shows the changes that were currently staged and ready for our next commit. This is already staged, so it is ready for commit. Okay, and also like before git add and git diff, after git add and git diff stage. Okay, what I mean to say is if I do again any change in sample.txt, let me remove dot here. If I run the same command git diff, you can see it did not remove the dot, but if I see sample.txt, here the dot is not present. So that is the major difference. Like whenever we add, you can see in this part we have added, that means we have moved that file from working area to staging area. That means the changes has been reflected in the option called staged. So let's do the same thing. Git add sample.txt, enter, and let's up arrow 2 times. Now you can see dot has been removed. In this previous dot has been present, but here once the file has been added, the dot has been removed. So that is the difference between git add before diff, after adding the file. Okay, now let's commit the changes. Git commit -m. So let's add the changes, changes message, updated file for the git part 2. Okay, now we have added the commit and let's check again the status, git status. So there is nothing, already it is moved to local repository. Fine. Now let's check another command in git is git log. So basically git log explains the unique identifier for the commit, right? Okay, and the person who created the commit, like when the commit has been created, and the commit message description of the change. So commit may say commit id and the author and the date and what file has been updated, I mean with the commit message. So this is how the log will explain. So to quit, press Q in your keyboard. Okay, so like this will show all the log files. Okay, so now let's see one more option for the same git log one line. So what does this command do? Basically when we type git log, it is printing the logs. So I need only one log which is latest. Just enter. Now you can see basically what does it do. It gives us simplifier view for our commit history, showing each commit in a simple line. Now we have learned about diff and diff staged and log one line. Later, like once the file is already committed to our local repository, let's push to remote repository. Git push, and it is asking for the username. Enter, and my paste the password here. Enter. So file has been pushed to remote repository. Just verify that. If let's refresh this page, and you can see 3 minutes ago the file has been pushed. Welcome to Git and GitHub part 2. So like by this we can verify the changes. So far we have modified the file, and we have checked the status of the file, and we learned about git diff, and after git diff it has displayed like what changes has been happened in the working area, and later we added that file and again check the difference in staged. Okay, then again we committed that message, again we have committed that file with the message, and we have checked the logs which will display the commit id, author, and date of modified. Later to check the logs in one line, so we used option called one line, and it has displayed, right? So we later we used option called one line, it displayed the one line commit id, and at last we have committed, we have pushed that files from local repository to remote repository. So this is for the video. We learned how to check the status of our repository, compare changing using git diff, stage and commit our changes, view the commit history, and push our updates to GitHub. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in next video.